Hello, my name is Nikki, and today we're going to do a 30-minute gentle flow for beginners. I'm looking forward to leading you in this practice. Let's get to it. We will start in a nice, comfortable seated position. You can sit cross-legged, or if you wish, you can have a cushion under you, whatever is most comfortable for you. Hands can come to your knees, and we'll have a straight spine sitting upright here. We'll just drop into this space by taking a nice big breath in and exhaling, and creating a comfortable, welcoming space for you to practice, honoring yourself that you showed up on your mat today. Today's class, we're going to have a peak pose of tree pose. And I've been thinking a lot about tree pose, and in honor of this pose, I thought a lot about The Giving Tree and that book. And for those of you who don't know, it's the main character goes to the tree and asks for leaves, and then the main character comes back and asks for branches, and keeps coming back, and finally they ask for the trunk, and the tree ends up just being a little stump. And I've been thinking about this concept a lot in myself being the character asking for the leaves, the branches, the bark. And at what point do we relish and cherish what we already have? Or are we constantly asking for more? And in terms of the tree, at what point are we constantly giving, and not setting boundaries for other people? So as we go through class today in this flow, just take into consideration, are you taking for granted what you already have as the character coming to the tree? Are you always asking for more instead of enjoying what you have? Or are you the tree in that you're constantly giving, and not giving to yourself? So take that as we go throughout today's flow. We'll start by rolling our neck through center, over to the side, all the way around. And again, we'll roll the other way. We're just going to start by getting out all of these kinks and come back to center. We'll inhale our arms up to the sky, and we're going to shift our energy so our right hand plants to the ground, left hand comes up and over. Feel the side body stretch, and then come through center, left hand plants, right hand comes up and over. And then you'll go at your own pace and breath here. This little moving meditation, shifting the energy, letting go of anything that's not serving you, and coming back to that appreciation for what you have as you start moving your body. On your next inhale, we'll meet back at center, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Breathe in your intention for today's class, and then let it go. We'll place our hands in front of us at the top of the mat, and we'll come into a neutral tabletop. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are under our glutes, and then we're pressing into our hands, belly drops down, gaze comes up, cow pose. Tucking our chin into chest, spine raises like a Halloween cat, cat pose. Inhale, come to cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Feel your spine warming up. And then take whatever organic movements are calling to you. Maybe you're rolling your hips in a big circle. Maybe you're shaking your hips from side to side. This is where you get to tune in and really see what will feel best for you. Take a moment here. And then meet back to our neutral tabletop. We'll raise our right hand to the sky like we're grabbing an apple off of a tree, pulling the apple down, and then threading our hand in between our left hand and our left knee. Our right shoulder and right cheek come to the ground for threading the needle. And then your left hand can either come out in front of you, tenting your fingertips, or if you wish, you can bind your left hand behind you for a little twist here. Allow this to feel good in your body. And if you feel any discomfort, modifying this position so that it feels good to you. Take this in. And you can bring your left hand back down to the ground, and then pushing into your left hand, your right arm will reach back up to the sky, and we'll plant the right hand down. This time our left hand reaches towards the sky again, like we're grabbing a big, nice apple off of a tree, and threading our hand through. Left shoulder and left cheek come to the ground. Right fingertips can tent out in front of you or bind behind you. We're threading the needle on this side. See how this feels in your shoulders, in your back, and then connecting to your body, just noticing how you feel. Being acutely aware of the present moment. And then we'll bring our right hand back down so we can press it into the mat as we raise our left hand to the sky and plant the left hand back down into our neutral tabletop. From here, we're bringing our left hand out in front of us, right leg comes back. Find your balance here, and then we're going to crunch our elbow to our knee, warming up our ab muscles here. Good. Extend your arm and leg again, and then crunch back in. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. And this time, you're going to really reach and lengthen. Crunch it in. And last time, reaching and planting back down into our neutral tabletop. Just shake this out a little bit here as we do the other side. Right hand comes forward, left leg comes back. Find your balance. Let's rev up our core here. Crunch elbow to knee. And then straighten and lengthen back out. Good. Crunch it in. And inhale, lengthen. And reach, reach, reach. Good. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Good. We'll come back to our neutral tabletop. And we'll press into our hands and our toes press into the mat as well as we come into our first downward facing dog of class. You can pedal out your feet here. Perhaps you bend your knees if that feels good for you. But really feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Pretend like you're pushing this mat forward with your hands and backward with your feet. We're almost stretching this mat out in two different directions. Good. If you need to come to child's pose at any time, feel free to do so anytime we're in downward facing dog. But then we'll look towards the top of our mat and we'll step, hop, or walk there. Come into our halfway lift, straight spine, and then exhale, forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows, sway side to side if that feels good for you. Ragdoll position, this is called. Maybe it will feel nice for you to clasp your hands behind your back and try to bring your hands as close to the ground as possible, using gravity as an aid. You can unclasp your hands and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. You'll take your flow however you wish. Perhaps you drop your knees to the ground and lower yourself all the way to the ground. You can push up into your cobra. And then finally, through plank, we'll come to downward facing dog. Awesome work. Take a few rounds of breath here. Come back to your intention. Again, thinking of a few things that you're grateful for, that you appreciate. Maybe it's your body for being able to do all of this yoga today. And then let's look towards the top of the mat. Step, hop, or walk there. Inhale again, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up to the sky. This time, grab your left wrist with your right hand and pull over to the right. Little side body stretch. Come back through center. Switch it out. Left hand grabs right wrist as we pull over to the left. Come through center. And hands come to heart center. Take a moment here. Big breath in. And exhale. Think about your boundaries. And if you are giving, and not giving to yourself, that you're not filling up your own cup, take a moment. Fill your cup here. Fill it with love. Big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, push the air off to the side as you bend forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take your flow. Perhaps you do chaturanga to upward facing dog. And then push back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here. We're going to raise our right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. And we're going to bring our right knee to our right elbow. And then raise your leg back up, three-legged dog. This time, bring your knee to your nose. And then slowly step your foot in between your hands. We're going to keep our left hand planted, and our right hand's going to raise to the sky for an easy twist. Feel this in your hip here. Being aware of how your body feels. Being very present in this pose. Good. We're going to press into our front foot as we slowly raise up to crescent lunge. Keeping our left toes planted into the mat as our left heel raises here. Good. From here, hands can come to heart center, and we're going to press into our front foot as we slowly raise our back foot here for warrior 3. Strong core. Your hips are parallel to the mat. Good. Strong warriors here. And then slow and controlled with balance, if you can, we're slowly going to stand on up and bring our left knee up to a 90-degree angle. From here, if you need to reassess and kind of get your balance here, that's okay. But if you can, we're going to come into our lovely tree pose on this side. So perhaps you bring your left foot to the bottom of your right leg, or you can pop your left foot all the way up on your inner right thigh. Your hands can come to heart center, or you can branch them out and have this lovely tree. Maybe you're swaying in the wind. Whatever works for you. Again, coming back to our tree imagery and our lovely branches and leaves. Are we giving too much? Are we taking too much? Thinking about this as you keep your balance. You can even play with closing your eyes here. So let's see, if you close your eyes, how does your balance change? It's okay if you fall out of this pose. Just always coming back into it. Okay, when you're ready, you can bring your left foot back down to the ground, shaking this out, and then inhaling your arms up to the sky. Perhaps you have a little back bend here, reaching towards the back of your mat, and then folding forward. Hands come through heart center. Inhaling, halfway lift straight spine. Exhaling, hands plant as you take your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog or child's pose. And then this time, our left foot comes to the sky, three-legged dog, bringing our left knee to our left elbow, as close as you can, it doesn't have to touch. And then back to three-legged dog, left foot in the air, and then this time our knee comes to our nose as we slowly step our left foot in between our hands. Right hand stays planted, left hand comes towards the sky for an easy twist. See how this feels in your hip here. And then just being very present in this pose, noticing where your mind wanders off to. And then as you press into your front foot, we'll bring our right hand up to this crescent lunge. Big breath in and exhale. Good. Hands can come to heart center. And as we press into our front left foot, we're raising our back foot to come into our warrior three. Nice firm stance. Engage your left thigh. Plant all four corners of your left foot. You can flex your back right foot as well. With balance and control, we're slowly going to stand up as our right foot swings forward into a 90-degree angle. If you need to reset, that's okay too. Whatever works for you. If you're still here and balancing, you can bring your right foot into tree pose, wherever is best for you on your left leg. And then play with your hands here. Hands can come to heart center. Hands can sway in the wind. Whatever works best for you and your body. And again, maybe you play with your gaze. So you can find a focal point and then try and close your eyes and see what happens. It's a fun little game to play and to test. Really firm up your leg. Find that straight line pulling you all the way up. Again, imagine our giving tree story. Connect back to it. Take what resonates with you there. And when you're ready, you can come back down to our standing mountain pose. Taking a moment here. And then inhaling our arms up to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take your flow. Maybe it's chaturanga or all the way to the ground, upward facing dog or cobra, and then downward facing dog or child's pose, whatever you need here. We're going to slowly walk our feet all the way up towards the top of the mat and hang here for a moment. Then we're going to heel toe our feet out to the edges of our mat at a 45-degree angle. And if you can, we're going to sit back into low yogi squat. But before, make sure you have your weight in the backs of your feet. And then slowly sit back. You can use your hands as a guide, or you can press your hands into heart center and then push your arms on the inner thighs here, pushing out. Good. Big breath in and exhale. We can sit back onto our glutes and bring the soles of our feet to touch for butterfly pose here. The closer the soles are in, it'll be a little bit more of a stretch. You can bring the soles a little bit further away from you, so it'll be a little bit easier. So find what works for you. And then we'll fold over our feet. This is a really good stretch here for your groin. And then we'll keep our right foot in as our left foot goes long, and we'll just fold over our left knee. Again, reaching for what you can. Maybe it's your foot, maybe it's your shin. No judgment here. It's okay, whatever you can reach. Meeting yourself where you're at and being in the present moment. We'll come on up and switch this out. So our right foot goes long, left foot comes in, and then reaching for whatever you can. Now both legs will go long, and we'll use our abs to lower us down to the ground, bringing our knees into our chest and rocking side to side for a little back massage here. We'll keep our right knee in as our left leg goes long. And we'll bring our right knee over to the left side using our left hand as a guide. And your right arm can go out long. Make sure you keep both shoulders on the mat. This is a great twist here for your spine. Your gaze can look at your right hand if that's comfortable for you. And then bring your knee back to center. We'll switch this out here. Right leg goes long as your left knee comes in. Give it a nice hug. And then guide it over to the right side. Left hand goes long. Gaze can come to your left fingertips if that's comfortable. Again, keeping both shoulders on the ground. Nice little spinal twist. And then you can bring your left knee back to center, giving it a nice hug. Have your right knee meet your left. Hug it in, rock side to side for a little back massage here. And then we can bring our feet up to the sky, reversing our blood flow, coming into this 90-degree angle. You can stay here in legs up a wall, or if you wish, you can even pull yourself all the way up to shoulder stand. Holding your back up, pointing your toes, coming into a nice straight line. Again, if this is not accessible for you, just staying in this legs up a wall pose. If you are in shoulder stand, coming down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, nice and safely. And we'll all meet in legs up a wall. We'll grab the outside edges of our feet, coming into happy baby pose. You can rock side to side. You can straighten one leg, getting a good stretch there. You can straighten the other leg, whatever works for you. And then finally, we'll bring our feet back up into our legs up a wall. And using your core muscles, you'll slowly lower them all the way down to the ground. And then you'll reach your arms up overhead for a good morning stretch. And then finally coming into your final resting pose of Shavasana, embracing all of your hard work today and letting this awesome relaxation feeling rush throughout your whole body. Indulge in this as you connect and stay present in this moment on your mat. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like, or if you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and maybe rock your head side to side. You can bring your arms up overhead again for another good morning stretch, really reaching, and then using your bicep as a pillow, rolling to your favorite side, coming into the fetal position, taking with you all of the realizations and moments here on your mat, and letting go of anything not serving you. When you're ready, you can roll on up into a nice, easy seat. Did an awesome job today during this flow, being really proud of yourself and reveling in this feeling. We'll take 3 final breaths together. Inhaling. Exhaling. We'll inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling everything you need, all of the love, all of the joy, and exhaling anything not serving you. We'll finish class today with a final chant of Om, connecting all beings and the universe together. So we'll inhale to prepare and exhale to chant. Inhale. Om. The light and love in me sees and honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I'm so happy to have you and guide you in our practice together, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much. Much love. Bye.